Hello and welcome back to Not a Minigame Monday. We're here with our Alpha Sapphire Randomizer Nuzlocke playthrough. I know it is a Monday and a Minigame Monday is not being uploaded. The reason for that is quite simply, the plan that I had was going to be to do a Pokemon stats higher or lower minigame, and it didn't end up being a very good video. I was watching it back in my recording, and to be honest, there's only so many times you can go, yes, Dialga has a higher base stat total than Darumaka, before you go, you know what, yeah, this really isn't very exciting to watch. So it wasn't a good video. I don't remember if I'm healed after getting those encounters last episode, so I'm going to heal before we get into things. But yeah, that was the general gist of it. I'll talk about it a little bit more, but for now we have encounters to go ahead and grab. So I am looking for more Minigame Monday suggestions, as my plan for one of them didn't really work out as well as I was hoping. I did plan on going ahead and doing like a segment where I was gonna like go into what I thought the site had, which was different categories of like which Pokemon has higher attack, higher or lower, which Pokemon has higher speed, higher or lower. Turns out it's only base stat total, and I read stuff wrong on the front page. So it didn't work out, but it's fine. We have ORAS to go ahead and continue, so let's go ahead and see what we can get for our Route 122 encounter. I don't believe we have an encounter for this route. Pretty sure this should be brand new. We didn't go ahead and run all the way along the south side past like the Fairy Giver house. So we didn't get to Route 122 there, so this should be a fresh encounter, which is a Natu. Blech. It's not the greatest encounter when you compare it to some of the encounters that we've had lately, which has been a lot of legendaries, honestly, but you can't win them all. You can't win them all. We were going to get some bad encounters because, to be honest, we've had a lot of good encounters, so I can't complain too much. But with this thing slept, can I just go ahead and throw an Ultra Ball? Is it that simple? I don't think Natu is particularly difficult to grab, and also I would love for it just to get in the ball so I don't get hit by any flying type moves on my Leafeon with no special defense. You do get it caught nice and easily. I will take it. Okay, alright. At least if it's a bad encounter, or maybe bad isn't the right word, at least if it's a mediocre encounter, if it gets in the ball in first ball, I'm happy. That'll do. As long as it doesn't, like, threaten one of my Pokemon that I currently have on my team, that's fine. That's fine. We need to give you a name beginning with B. This thing's a Blorp. This thing is actually a Blorp. One of the names that I've had written down on the side for a while. I've still got some of the names that people suggested earlier on the side here. I have thrown in a lot of my own names as I've gone through, so apologies if yours hasn't been used, but if you want another chance, feel free to go ahead and leave names down below, and I will restock on names beginning with B. I could do with a refresh. But we do have our Mt Pyre encounter as well. Hopefully we get something better than a Natu. We can head outside, or we can go up the main path. The main path would normally get us to Shadow Ball. It will obviously be a randomized TM, which could be very good. But I think I'm going to go to the outside path first. Okay, what's our encounter going to be? Sudowoodo. It's okay. Neither of these encounters that we've gotten today so far have made me feel like I'm excited to get them. They're both okay. If this Sudowoodo has Sturdy, that's something. But overall, its stats just aren't really anything that I would care about. I'm so tempted to click Energy Ball to test if it has Sturdy. That's the kind of point I'm at with this Sudowoodo. I'm going to click Dragon Rush, though. I won't be super silly. If it does have Sturdy, then obviously it would have been great to take it down to 1 HP immediately, but if it has a recoil move, like Double Edge at that level, or Takedown, I would honestly like it to use it so I can see its ability now, but it's fine. It's fine. Remember, Sudowoodo is not a grass type. Some people think that because it looks like a tree. Some people think that, but we are not going to be energy balling it. It will be super effective because it will take it down to 1 HP if it has Sturdy, or it may kill it. And I don't want to kill it. Still an encounter at the end of the day. It can still get a name. Speaking of which, you are going to need a name beginning with B because we have got you caught nice and easily. Okay, double capture pretty quickly. I'll take it. All right. And a name beginning with B for a Sudowoodo. I hadn't used this name already, did I? I don't think I did. I feel like I would remember if I used this already. If I have genuinely forgotten that I've used the name Bartlesby, that would be crazy. I might have, though. I might have forgotten that I've used the name Bartlesby. But that was what came into my head when I saw Sudowoodo somehow. How do you correlate these two together? Have a strange brain. Problem solved. That's how. But yeah, Sudowoodo is not a bad encounter. I will, in fact, be happy with that. Can we... Oh, can we knock it out to the side? They changed the layout of Mt Pyre in this game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do you battle me? You do battle me. Okay, so we're gonna have some battles as we go through. That's fine. That's fine. I guess we're heading to the top and keeping an eye out for a pathway out onto the side. I genuinely didn't know that this game changed Mt Pyre around. Again, I haven't played this game in 10 years. I've forgotten some things. I've played Pokemon Emerald plenty of times, but I haven't played the remakes as much. I genuinely go back to original Pokemon Emerald more. Not because I think there's anything wrong with the remakes, mind you. I think these remakes are good. I do, unlike Diamond Shining Pearl, where I have a different opinion. But I do think these remakes are good. I just go to Pokemon Emerald just purely because it's the one that's more easily accessible to me. I just have Game Boys just sat beside me if I ever want to grab it. Or if I dare to boot up that emulator, then, you know, speed up with Visual Boy Advance goes very, very quickly, so you can play through a Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke in, like, an hour or two, if you're, like, really knowing what you're doing and slamming your way through it. So, I just usually go with that. I do want items as we go through. Are we sure this thing is fossilized? I feel like this old amber just roared at me when I picked it up. Okay. Okay, I don't remember what fossils we have and haven't used. I don't remember if we've used an old amber or not. There is something on this floor that's like a Groudon or something. That sounds like a Groudon. And Chandelure. Man, I wish we moved up one floor before we got our encounter. I wish we moved up one floor. I should go ahead and take Leafeon out of the front, actually, considering we are done with our encounters now. I want to make sure that we spread our XP around. We will go ahead. I will lead with Noivern. Noivern's fast enough to run away from stuff, so that is kind of handy. Do we have any other items that we can pick up on this floor? Mienfoo. I was expecting a Groudon to pop out, I won't lie. I heard the cry, and I really thought a Groudon was going to pop out. It sounds like a Groudon. I don't know Pokemon cries very well, which is why I want to do that Pokemon cry guessing game again, to be honest. But either way, we'll head to the next floor. If it is a Groudon, we can't encounter it anyway, so we'll just move on. Item. 1 silver powder. We don't have any bug types, so that's meh. Is this how I get out now? Oh. And a claw fossil. Okay, nice. Fossils. Encounters. Good. Good. That also sounds like a legendary, but I don't know 100%. We can get outside from here. Okay, okay, so we can start going through Mt Pyre on the area that I kind of recognize. But yeah, going back to that Minigame Monday statement I said at the beginning, I booted up and recorded some Pokemon Higher or Lower, which was a website that I found online. Ooh, Sacred Sword is pretty good. I'm going to put that on Holucha while I ramble. I booted up the Higher or Lower website, and the first thing I read was compare stats like attack, defense, and stuff like that. And then their base stat total, and compare which one you think will have a higher base stat total. I was under the impression that on the website, there was going to be multiple options to, like, choose which category you wanted. So you could choose, like, I want to do Pokemon Higher or Lower to see which Pokemon has higher attack stats, which Pokemon has higher defense stats, which Pokemon has higher special attack stats. I was under the impression that that was going to be something that I could do. It is not something that you can do on that website. It is only base stat total. And I also thought it was going to get more difficult as it went on. And it didn't feel like it got more difficult as it went on. I think I got to, like, something like 102, I think, before I quit when, well, I say quit, I did genuinely lose, right? I didn't just go like, I've had enough of this, I'm going to stop now. It was like, what's higher, this mid-stage evolution, or Magby, and Magby's base stat total was like 365, which was honestly higher than I expected it to be. I didn't think Magby would have that high of a base stat total considering it is a baby, but Magby's base stat total was higher than I thought. So yeah, I ended up losing, but it just wasn't very exciting. So I was like, okay, that was kind of, you know, fine. Let's go into the other categories. And it wasn't there because I misread the initial first statement on it. So yeah, I did mess up this Minigame Monday day. I think this is now 2 weeks in a row where I have not done a Minigame Monday. I apologize. I'm failing. I am failing everyone. I'm sorry. I do not trust Noivern, even against a Bagon. I'm just going to go straight to my fairy type. I don't see any reason to risk Dragon versus Dragon right now while I am not locked in and focused. Then Headbutt, we would have been completely fine, but still, I didn't want to get hit by, like, a Dragon Breath, get paralyzed or anything like that, so this is also completely okay. We'll just Mega Evolve and Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, for today, the questions of the day are kind of repeats, because I want people to leave new name suggestions that begin with B, and I want people to give me new minigame suggestions, because, to be honest, that minigame that I played was kind of lame. So I'm looking for repeats on both of those questions. Apologies for it being a repeat. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but it's still useful. It is still useful. So hopefully everyone is okay with that being question today. I'm also running out of questions of the day a little bit. I have one more written down, which I could use. Oh, hello, Dialga. Uh-oh. I could use the one I have written down, and we could just have the other two as bonuses, but I don't know. I am afraid. I am afraid. I am very afraid. I feel like Bielp is the only thing I have that deals with this reasonably. We did just get Sacred Sword as well. This is the only thing I can bring in here. A Fairy type is 4 times weak to Steel, so that doesn't come in. Boyd's is weak to Earth Power and Aura Sphere, which I think it could have. It could also have Power Gem, and like Dragon Claw, and Dragon Breath, and Metal Claw, and Flash Cannon. I don't remember Dialga's level up moveset. I just know that it's good. I know it has a good wide variety of moves, but I think Hawlucha's neutral to Dragon and Steel, but it's not weak to anything this thing has. Metal Burst. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That scares me. That scares me so much. I don't like that at all. We are not one-shotting a Dialga. With 2 Hone Claws up, I think we one-shot Dialga. I do. Oh, it's... I'm clicking Hone Claws. I'm not getting Metal Bursted. Go for Metal Burst again while I'm setting up. Please. Please go for Metal Burst again and give me a free setup. Earth Power. That's fine. I'm not confident in the kill yet. I'm going for another Hone Claws. We outspeed, but we can't just wait until it actually hits us. Hopefully it keeps going for stupid moves. Dragon Claw, how much damage? Ooh, I feel like we gotta hit it. That is crit range. I could heal and hope that it goes for another stupid move like Earth Power or Metal Burst while we heal up. I could do that. I'm gonna do that once. We don't have the most healing supplies, but we're fighting a legendary, it's time to use them. We do not save our resources when we are fighting legendaries. Power Gem. Power Gem, Metal Burst. Okay, so the scariest thing that it has, honestly, is Power Gem. That hit harder than Dragon Claw, unironically. But a crit won't KO us from either of those moves, so I'm going to Super Potion again. I was afraid about having Flash Cannon. I thought if I had Flash Cannon, that would be, like, maybe crit range, so I didn't want to heal. Earth Power. Okay. I'm going for 1 more Hone Claws, because we can live a crit, and then I can go for our Sacred Sword, which should hopefully KO. Dragon Claw, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's also not going for Metal Burst right now. Sacred Sword, please just KO the Dialga. No weird Focus Sash holding. Okay, alright, it's always a fear I have in every randomizer. It's always a fear I have. It's happened a couple times in like some Pokemon Insurgents randomizers, so it's just always at the front of my mind. Rotom wants to come in. We are going to swap out on Rotom. I don't think we should stay in on a Rotom. Instead, we will just go to our good old Noivern to take the hit and return with Night Days, and we should be okay. What type of Rotom Mo? Rotom Mo. Honestly, we should probably Hurricane in that case. Hurricane will be more effective, I suppose. We do land it, which is nice. Big damage? okay damage. I was hoping it would actually do a little bit more than that, but Shockwave doesn't hit super hard because we have that Assault Vest. And we land both Hurricanes. Nice. Good. 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 As long as we're landing the Hurricanes, then we're fine. All right. A little bit spooky. Goodbye, Nurse Kate. Thank you for the Dialga experience. A lot of legendaries lately. But honestly, as long as we're not getting destroyed by them, it's fine. I'm fine with seeing legendaries as long as they don't kill any of my Pokemon, right? A little sightseeing never hurt, right? But yeah, I think I've decided that I'm going to give an actual question of the day instead of just the other two. I think I'm going to use up the last one that I have written down right now. Ooh, Megastone. Iron Plate. Okay. All right. Well, would have preferred a Megastone. And I'm going to use the last one that I have written down, and we will have that alongside the other two questions. So there might be some long comments. It's fine. You can leave a long comment. I will read. But my other question of the day is, would you survive in the last game that you played? If you were transported into the world of the last game you played, would you be able to survive there? How long do you think you would survive there? And also, obviously, tell me what game it is. I'm also curious about that. Mine was Monster Hunter World, so I'm screwed. I'm dead. I lost absolutely 0 seconds. I've been playing Monster Hunter World again to get my mindset back into the grind. It's going to be Monster Hunter Wilds when it comes out on the 28th. So I was getting back into that. But yeah, I probably should have played something different before starting this question of the day, huh? Because I definitely don't live. Yeah, I think I die to, like, a Jagras or something. I don't think I'm winning a fight against much in that world. Mega Houndoom. A little bit spooky. I am going to Mega Evolve and just go for an Ancient Power. I don't think this should have anything to hit us with that would be scary. Dark and Fire is both resisted. Houndoom doesn't get any weird Steel-type coverage that I've forgotten about, right? Also, Mega be Mega. But I am very curious to see if other people have nicer worlds. If we include Pokemon, because I'm playing it right now, then I would survive a lot longer because I know a lot about Pokemon, and I would thrive in that world. So if we include Pokemon as a game that I can survive in, then I'm doing swimmingly, okay? But Monster Hunter World was what I played before I started playing this, so I don't know which one I should say. Technically, this is the last game that I've played because I'm currently playing it, but I feel like I should give both perspectives considering, you know, I did play Monster Hunter World just before this, and I would be so screwed. I was fighting Sharish Valda as well, so I mean, I'm just, I'm obliterated. If I was suddenly put into the position of my character on the last thing that I was doing, yeah, I'm getting beamed. I'm done. I thought something was a bit noisy, and who is it but the usual scamp? Sorry, Scampo. Don't call me that. But I'm afraid I just don't have time to play with you right now. The orb that's long been enshrined here at Mt Pyre belongs to Team Aqua now. Matt. Oh, us. How about you do our lively little visitor a favor and keep him entertained? Better use your full strength too, so you don't offend our honored guest. Welcome, honored guest. I thought of Moog from Elden Ring just then. I also played Elden Ring recently. I would die in that too. What other games have I played recently? None that I think I would die in. I think it is just the last two games that I've played that I think I would be like completely screwed in. I do think it's Monster Hunter World and Elden Ring. I would die on the spot immediately. Level 38 Magmar is the only Pokemon that he has. I'm gonna just swap to Lumineon. I want to use Lumineon. I want to use this Pokemon more. I know that Noivern would have probably been able to do the fight just fine with its hurricanes and stuff, being assault vested and all, but also, Respect Surf, provided that we can get it off right now. Let's see. Lava Plume, okay. Don't burn me. Don't do it. I know you want to. Okay, and we get through Confusion. Nice, okay, double RNG in our favor. Look at that. And Surf almost KOs. That's actually pretty good damage. I'm assuming Lava Plume is the scariest thing this thing has for us, so we should be fine. We break through our Confusion, and we don't get burned. Look at that. Lumineon proving that water types are great. It is a good water type. Look at it. It's doing what it needs to do. Do we want Tailwind? No. No, I don't think so. Every time I see Tailwind, I think about that Tailo from... I say every time. This happens, like, once. When I saw Tailwind, I thought of the Tailo in my Elite Redux playthrough that sets up Tailwind, and that reminded me that I need to get... I need to get prepped for that tomorrow as well, because that's going to be our first gym in Elite Redux, so if anyone isn't watching that playthrough, that's going to be a doozy. That was fun. I knew you'd show me a good time. I look forward to facing you again someday. I will not. That's a lie. I definitely will. Think? Or is it Shelly from here? I don't know. Aye me, what disaster. The blue orb stolen from our safekeeping. Blue orb and red orb must never be separated. They belong together. I will entrust the remaining red orb to you, young one. Right, this is Alpha Sapphire, not Emerald. There's going to be no Maxi coming up and stealing the other one while we run around like a pleb. We actually get the other orb. Nice. Red orb acquired. If I was to get a Groudon now with the red orb in my inventory, would I be able to Primal Evolve it now? Or would I have to get to a point where I would have the normal access to it or something? I assume it would work like a Megastone and I'd be able to do it now. Just like if I was able to put Dragon Ascent on a Rayquaza, I think I'd be able to Mega Evolve Rayquaza, like, as long as I have the move, right? I don't think there's any, like, game lock points where it, like, locks you out with it until you've hit a certain milestone or anything like that. At least that's my interpretation. I could be wrong on that. Okay, I think I've checked all of the gravestones for items. There might be, like, a hidden item or two that I have missed, but still, I feel like we've gotten most of it. Let's head up Mt Pyre and see if we can get that TM as well today. Waddle back down. I'm kind of curious what Pokemon I could have gotten out here as well, but I know that if I look, I will just be made sad because it will be better than Sudowoodo. So, I would rather not know. Don't show me like a Groudon, and we're good. Because if I saw a Groudon now, I would be upset that we didn't encounter it. I truly would. We can go up here. Oh, is that it? Is it just the top? Oh, this is just the top. They made Mt Pyre have so many less trainers. Okay, Ledian is another thing we encounter here, so I'm glad we didn't get a Ledian at least. That's positive. You know, I'd rather take a Sudowoodo than a Ledian. And our TM is Reflect. Yeah, okay. Sacred Sword and Reflect. I mean, they're not bad. They're both completely usable TMs. It's better than getting, like, you know, Tackle, right? I mean, sure. And a Moo Milk, which helps us with our healing. Nice. Nice. I think... Hello, Tangela. Tangela would have also not been bad, although I'm happy with Leafeon. Let's be real. Our grass type is kind of locked in. I don't want to change that around too much. But I think that's all of the items in Mt Pyre. We have a couple of fossils that we can go back and check at some point. I don't know exactly when I'm going to go back and do that. I don't think there's any point that I'm required to go back to Rustboro again. Unless I'm forgetting something. So we'll just have to do that randomly at some point when I remember, which, haha, that might be difficult. We will have to see. But yeah, we will go back and in the fossils when I remember to do so. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. I'm surprised you don't have to battle, like, anyone in here. I think I'm intentionally, like, avoiding the pathing on some of these trainers. I'm trying to avoid eyesight on a couple things. Dino would have been a good encounter. So would Mareep as well, but there was just a Mareep. Mareep would have also been a good encounter. But again, I need to not look at what we could have had because it will just make me sad. I think that is where we're going to wrap things up for today, though. A little bit of a strange episode because I didn't know what I was doing for the rest of the day, so apologies for a little bit of a confusion there. Also, apologies for not doing Minigame Monday once again. This was kind of last minute. My brain is a little fried because this is now the second recording I'm doing in a row, and I have a mental limit of talking for like half an hour before I get exhausted. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode regardless, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, bye.